In this video here, I want to explain my experience with the Craftsman warranty process and explain to you how well it went for me. And maybe this might help you out if you have a Craftsman tool that you want to warranty out but just don't know what to do, or if you are thinking about getting Craftsman tool, what to expect if you actually warranty out a tool. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, so I'm gonna begin by explaining just the actual process of the warranty, what I did and how my warranty issue was resolved. So first off, you're gonna go here to the Craftsman submitter request webpage. And you're gonna fill this out with all the appropriate information and make sure that you have proof of purchase. I'm not entirely saying that's for sure that you have to have proof of purchase. Sometimes people honor warranties without proof of purchase, but that might make it a little bit more challenging, who knows. So anyway, you just fill this out as intended. So next, after I fill this out, let's start right here at the bottom, right? If you look at this email, first of all, this was an automatic reply to my form request. If you look at the bottom, it says January the 31st at 10:46. I put in all the information and I gave a brief description. I said I was using the nut driver as intended to unfasten a hose clamp and the handle just twisted and broke. Can't provide pictures as needed. And if you look below that, I provided proof of purchase. So if you go up next at 11:32, which is about 48 minutes later, I get an automatic email saying your courtesy order from Craftsman has been placed. Details below, blah, blah, blah. Exciting. That's exactly what I want to see. And 3 minutes after that, I got a email from a rep, apologizing and said they was here to assist. And it says, please allow up to 2 weeks for to receive the order, and so on and so forth, saying you don't have to return a defective unit. And maybe some cases you may have to, but just know that that could be a possibility. And then that was it, essentially. So what happened was yesterday, I actually received my replacement, which was February the 10th. So it took me 10 days to get a replacement. So all right, so let me tell you exactly what happened, show you how it's broken, and also give you some backstory on this tool, why I like this tool and why I ended up buying it. So first of all, I was in the pick apart. I was at the salvage yard and I was trying to take a piece off the back side of the engine, and there was a hose in the way. I said, let me just go ahead and take this clamp off. So I did what I normally would do, took a 8mm, put it up there, and the nut was really rusty, what you'd expect. It wasn't super rusty, but had some rust. So I spent it and it spent really easy. I said, dang, that spent easy. And so it spent so easy that I pulled back. And then what happened when I pulled back, this happened. Now I know that this wasn't broken before I started twisting the nut, because when I picked this up out of my tool bag, I laid it on the, on the front part of the, under the engine bay, where the radiator is at. Reached back in my bag, got the nut out, and then put it up here. And during all that time, everything was just normal. Now, this thing honestly, maybe internally could have had a stress fracture. I'm not really rough with it, but I do use this thing a lot. But it's just for like 8mm. I'm gonna tell you, I use it for 7mm in my Cadillac a lot, because there's a lot of screws in there that you can use 7mm on. 8mm for hose clamps mainly, and 10mm just for small fast. So I use this thing quite a bit, but not in any high stress situations. So anyway, or another thing possibly that I thought could have happened, say maybe when they did injection molding around this thing with the handle here, that there could have been a pocket on the inside that maybe had some space in it. I don't know what you would call it. I'm not an engineer. I'm just, again, all assuming this is a possibility, that maybe at just some torsional force over time probably weakened the inside with say a hairline crack, and it then eventually just gave away, maybe. But anyway, as you can tell, I use this thing quite a bit. I don't know how dirty this is coming through, but I use this quite a bit. So let me tell you why, and end up buying this here. So when I went to Lowe's one day, I was just snooping around Lowe's looking for some stuff, and I saw this. So I just grabbed it off the thing and put it in. I said, man, I really like how this things feel. As you can see, it got a very nice textured handle on it. And I just immediately was drawn to it. So anyway, I looked at the price on Amazon, and because I was making an order from Amazon anyway, I went ahead and ordered it from there because it was like $1 cheaper. But when I finally got it home and put it out the package, then I found some other stuff that I really like about it. Not only has it got a really good grip, I mean, this thing feels really good, and now that it feels not only just the size of the handle is not too big, it's not too small. Take a look at this. This little plastic knurling or whatever you want to call this here. If you had this twisted like this, I mean, you can get a really good grip on this rubberized handle here. If you had to say some kind of way to use it like this, or if you was using it like this little same texture here allows for really good grip like this. So when you twist it, doesn't really feel like your hands is really slipping all that much, and you can get a really good twist with it. Now, something else that I saw about this was that if you look on this side, the Craftsman is white lettered. This side it is blank. When I first opened it up and inspected, so you can rub your finger across this and tell that it's not completely flat. So this is not sprayed on. So looks like maybe both sides were like this, and then it just filled this side and here was some white material to show Craftsman. I was like, why did they do that instead of cheap out? Instead of just doing it on both, it would have just looked much better. But I was like, aha. For me, I don't know if they intended this, but it's a feature. So if you put this in, say if you was trying to fine tune something, you need to go like a half a turn, or just say a quarter of a turn. And just say it was offset like this, and you need to go a quarter of a turn. You see this little bit of white, and you see this, and you see that's red. You can more gauge easily where to stop at, because you don't have the same white, because you don't get too confused. Say if you was adjusting a carburetor. I know you wouldn't do it to carburetor. This, I'm just making an example. You had to do 2.5 turns. It'd be easier to see 1 turn, 2 turns, and a half a turn, just like that. So I do like that little feature. Again, I don't know if it's intended, but it makes it much more viable to me for that reason. Otherwise, I mean, there's not much other to say. Just a seemingly standard length shank here, 1/4 inch. Got a small little detent there. Obviously, nothing on the back handle here, and that's essentially it. This here is part number. What is that? If you can see that, CMHT 65078. And only thing I can say is that I really, really like this guy. I mean, it's just nothing much more to say other than how, how else could I use this other than how I'm using it, which is, for small fasteners, and I use it quite a bit. But lastly, I will just give a little close up here just to show you just what happened here. This thing broke clean off, and I'm not sure how that could have broke clean off. But again, I just twisted it. I just put it on the nut, twisted it, and then I twisted really. I said, what is that? And this is what transpired here. So anyway, guys, that is the broke Craftsman story here. And I'm trying to get a little screenshot here. This here is the broke Craftsman story and how I warranted this thing out. And well, everything went well. And so if you do got Craftsman, this is what they expect for warranty, about 10 days maybe. And who knows, could be shorter, could be longer. Anyway, I hope you got some out of this video. I enjoyed showing you guys my experience here with this warranty. I got a new one. I'm excited. So anyway, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.